Welcome back to the deep dive. This one is really special because of a request you sent in.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a what if scenario.
I love those.
Me too.
Yeah.
So basically, we're going to be diving into a Sonic universe where Maria Robotnik survives the GUN raid.
Wow. Just thinking about how one change can have these huge ripple effects.
Right, like the whole Sonic timeline could be different. But before we go too crazy, let's do a quick recap.
Good idea.
Maria Robotnik, Gerald Robotnik's granddaughter, and Shadow's best friend.
Right, and her death is what kind of sets Shadow off in Sonic Adventure 2.
Exactly. So if she lives, things would be drastically different. So we've got a bunch of research, different theories, all about what might happen.
Like, everything is on the table. Shadow's emotional state.
Oh, yeah. And even, get this, maybe even the downfall of GUN?
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so first we got to talk about that reunion.
Between Shadow and Maria.
Yeah. Imagine, he thinks she's gone, decades have passed.
And bam, she's just there.
I bet he wouldn't even believe it.
Right. Probably think it's a ghost or a trick or something.
Oh, for sure. But once he realizes it's really her.
That's got to be an emotional moment for both of them.
Definitely. But, okay, that's the initial shock. What about the long-term effects on Shadow?
Right.
Like, we know he's all about revenge in Sonic Adventure 2.
Huh.
Would that even be a thing with Maria alive?
His whole motivation changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Maria's dying wish was for Shadow to protect humanity.
Not destroy it.
Exactly. If she's alive, that wish is front and center for Shadow.
So no more revenge.
It's more about fulfilling Maria's wish, making sure her dream of peace actually happens.
And I bet we'd get to see those heartwarming scenes, right?
Oh, totally. Like Maria reminding Shadow about their dreams back on the ARK.
Oh, man. And it's not just the emotional support. Maria knows the ARK like the back of her hand.
You're right. She grew up there. She knows all its systems.
So she could be a huge help in the fight against Eggman.
A huge help. Imagine her giving Sonic and Tails intel.
Like how to get around maybe even some secret weaknesses.
Exactly, like with the Bio-Lizard. Maybe she knows how to get past its security.
Or how to mess with the Eclipse cannon so it doesn't destroy Earth.
That would change the whole game.
Totally. Oh, speaking of the Bio-Lizard, what about that final showdown? You know, where Shadow makes that big sacrifice.
Yeah, that was intense.
Totally. How do you think that scene plays out with Maria there?
The whole emotional vibe would be different.
Right. Like, would Shadow still sacrifice himself if Maria was standing right there?
Maybe. Maybe not.
It'd be crazy. Like, what if she tries to stop him?
Adds a whole other layer of drama. Or maybe Shadow still sacrifices himself.
But this time, Maria's the one left behind to
Yeah.
carry on his legacy, you know?
That's heavy.
Yeah. But wait, hold on. If Maria's alive, that means the truth about the ARK comes out.
Oh, you're right.
GUN can't hide what happened anymore.
That's a massive scandal.
People would be furious.
Wanting someone to be held accountable for what happened to Maria and her grandfather.
What do you think would happen?
GUN could be dismantled, totally gone.
Wow.
Or maybe a total reform from the inside, like a clean slate, new people in charge.
And what about Maria? Where does she fit into all this?
I could see her becoming like a voice for peace, you know?
Like working to make sure nothing like the ARK ever happens again.
Exactly. Okay, but we can't forget about Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, right. Shadow's story gets really complex there.
Yeah, but with Maria alive, the whole amnesia thing is out the window.
He remembers everything.
Maria, the ARK, Gerald, everything. Even
Wow.
Black Doom, I bet.
Wow. So the focus isn't on him figuring out who he is.
It's more about him choosing who he wants to be, with Maria there to guide him.
That's got to make a huge difference, especially with Black Doom involved, right?
Totally. Imagine Maria pulling him towards good.
And Black Doom pulling him towards evil.
It'd be a constant battle.
Oh, man. I can picture those scenes, Maria begging Shadow to resist Black Doom.
It's high stakes. And those choices Shadow makes in the game, they'd matter even more.
Because he's not just fighting for himself. He's fighting for Maria's dream.
It's a completely different game.
And we can't forget about Eggman. He's Maria's cousin, but he's also, you know, continuing Gerald's legacy in a way.
That's going to be one awkward family reunion.
Can you imagine Maria confronting Eggman, telling him to stop all his crazy schemes?
And maybe appealing to any good that's left in him.
Do you think he'd even listen?
It's Eggman, so who knows? But that's what's so exciting about all this.
Right.
We're taking these characters, their stories, and we're seeing how everything changes with just one difference.
Maria being alive.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
mind-blowing. And this is just the beginning,
I'm
right?
going to barely scratch the surface here.
There's so much more to explore. We haven't even talked about how Maria's survival could change things for everyone else in the Sonic universe.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Welcome back. We were talking about some pretty big changes, huh?
Oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
huge. I'm still thinking about that reunion on the ARK.
Right. Shadow waking up, and there she is.
I know. It would be totally different from the original.
Oh, completely. Remember how confused he was?
Yeah, the amnesia, the hazy memories. But with Maria there, it's clear, right?
Totally. He knows who he is, what happened, no manipulation.
So it wouldn't be about remembering Maria's wish. It'd be about honoring it.
Exactly. And imagine the weight of that. Knowing Maria's counting on him.
Oh, man, that's heavy. It changes everything, doesn't it?
It does. And think about it. Maybe Maria could appear throughout the game.
What? Like as a hologram or something.
Maybe. Or maybe messages Gerald left, knowing she might survive. Just to guide Shadow, remind him.
That would be amazing, like right when he's about to make a bad choice.
Maria's voice pops up, reminding him of the good he can do.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Talking about an epic battle for his soul.
Right. Way more intense than just figuring out who he is.
Okay, so let's jump ahead to the Bio-Lizard fight.
Oh, man, that was a showdown.
Imagine that, but with Maria there, supporting Shadow, Sonic.
Everything would feel different. Not just a fight, but a fight for Maria's future, too.
And the sacrifice. Do you think he'd still do it with her right there?
It's tough to say. Would she try to stop him?
Or would she be the one left to carry on?
Hmm.
Like pick up where he left off?
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is. But she's strong, you know. She could do it. Okay, so big picture now.
Okay.
GUN. They messed up big time.
And Maria being alive, that blows the lid off the whole thing.
People would find out what they did. The raid, the cover-up.
And they'd be furious, demanding justice.
So what happens to GUN?
Total shutdown. Replaced with something better.
Or maybe they change from within, like you said before.
New leadership, new rules. Who knows?
And Maria, what's her role in all this?
Leading the charge for peace, I bet. Making sure what happened to her never happens again.
That's a powerful image. Okay, let's talk about Shadow the Hedgehog.
Another game, a whole new set of what-ifs.
But again, no amnesia. He remembers everything, which means...
Black Doom's connection to Shadow, it's all out in the open.
Right, and Maria knows. So now it's even more personal.
For both of them, Shadow's choices aren't just about him anymore. They affect Maria, her vision for the world.
Each choice, hero, dark, neutral, it all has more weight.
Absolutely. It's not just a game, it's about their future.
Do you think Gerald's programming would still affect him? Even if he remembers everything?
Maybe. It'd be like this internal struggle, right?
He wants to do good for Maria, but his programming's pulling him back.
Exactly. Adds a whole new layer of complexity.
And what about facing Black Doom? In the original, it's about rejecting his destiny, right?
Right. But with Maria there, it becomes this battle for Shadow's very soul and for her future.
Oh, man, the drama. Imagine. He defeats Black Doom, fueled by his love for Maria.
Or imagine the opposite. He gives in, betrays her, becomes the ultimate weapon.
It's almost too much to think about, like a tragic ending after she survives all that.
Right, talk about a twist. But it shows that even with Maria there, it's still a struggle.
Shadow's path isn't easy, and that's what makes it interesting, right?
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah, it is. Okay, are we ready for the big one?
Eggman. Let's talk about that confrontation.
Things are about to get intense.
Maria versus Eggman. Talk about family drama.
She knows he's behind everything that happened on the ARK. Think about what she lost, her peaceful life, because of him.
That's going to be a charged conversation.
Will she try to reason with him?
Like make him see the damage he's caused? Maybe appeal to his better nature?
Will he even listen? Will he just brush her off?
Who knows? It's Eggman. He's unpredictable. But maybe, just maybe,
She gets through to him.
Eggman changes his ways. Joins forces with Maria and Shadow to fix things.
That's a wild thought.
I know, but that's the fun of it.
Right. One change, Maria surviving, and the whole Sonic world shifts.
It's amazing. But we're just getting started, right?
We haven't even talked about the wider impact on everyone else.
All the other heroes, other stories.
So much more to explore.
It's getting really exciting. Hey, why don't we take a quick break? Catch our breath.
Sounds good.
And when we come back, we'll dive into the ripple effects across the whole Sonic universe. Okay, we're back. And ready to talk about, well, everyone else.
Right. It's not just about Shadow and Eggman. Maria's survival could change everything.
It's like throwing a rock in a pond. Those ripples, they go everywhere.
Exactly. Think about Maria not just surviving, but thriving. Becoming a force for good in the Sonic world.
That's a cool thought. Like, She's not just reacting to what happened, she's shaping the future.
Exactly. And she could team up with other heroes. Think about her and Tails.
Oh, yeah, both brilliant. But Maria, she brings a different perspective.
She's seen what happens when technology gets out of control.
So instead of weapons and robots, they could build, like, amazing inventions for good.
Right. Clean energy, medical breakthroughs, maybe even defenses to protect everyone.
Like a superpowered science team. Maria's ethics and Tails' know-how.
It'd be awesome. And imagine her working with the younger characters.
Yeah. Cream, Charmy, those guys.
She could be a mentor, right? Teaching them about peace, compassion.
Like a wise, guiding figure. Okay, but what about Eggman?
Still got to deal with them.
Yeah, even if he doesn't go full good guy, maybe they could work together sometimes.
You're right. Maybe there's a threat they both want to stop. Or some new energy source they need to figure out.
It'd be hilarious, right? Maria trying to keep Eggman from going too crazy.
And Eggman's secretly impressed by how smart she is. It'd be fun to see.
Totally. Okay, but we also got to think about the villains. The ones who love chaos.
Yeah, good point. Maria's whole hope for humanity thing, that's a problem for them.
Someone like Black Doom, he wouldn't like her very much.
Imagine him trying to mess with Shadow.
And Maria just steps in. Remind Shadow of his good side.
That would be epic. Like a showdown between light and darkness, and we'd get to see Maria in action.
And think about those big events in later games. Sonic Forces.
Oh, man, that was rough.
But with Maria around, maybe things go differently.
Right. Leading the resistance, coming up with plans, keeping hope alive.
It's crazy how one change can have so many effects. Like, the whole Sonic world is different.
Yeah, that's just how important every character is, even if they, weren't around for that long.
Yeah, it's really made me think, like, about the power of stories.
And choices, one choice, one survival, and everything changes.
I know. We started with Sonic Adventure 2, and now we're imagining whole new futures. It's been quite a deep dive.
It has, and it's all thanks to that what-if question. What if Maria Robotnik lived?
And I think we can agree the Sonic world would be better with her in it.
Absolutely. A bit brighter, a bit more hopeful.
That's a great way to put it. Well, that's about it for this deep dive. It's been amazing to explore all these possibilities with you.
Me too. And remember, it doesn't have to end here.
Right.
Keep thinking about those what-ifs. What if Maria was in your favorite Sonic game? How would things change? What would you do?
That's a great thought to leave everyone with.
It is. Keep imagining, keep exploring. The world of Sonic, it's full of possibilities.
Thanks for joining us on this awesome deep dive. We'll be back soon with more what-ifs and explorations. See you next time.